Hello, this is Candyson here, and today we've got another episode of Bloons In Depth. So today's episode is on Bloon Economy, and the main points I'm going to be focusing on this is what Bloon Economy is, why it can be viable in some circumstances, and what it takes to effectively use Bloon Eco to its full potential. In the background is just some random quick battles that I've been playing. If you want to get a chance to be in some of these episodes on quick battles, you can just go to my Facebook page, like it. I will post updates whenever I go into quick battles on there. So what is Bloon Economy? It is the counter to farms. It is a completely different style of play. It's where you send balloons to get more economy overall. And for every $1,000 of balloons you send, you get 40 Bloon Economy. So you get that amount of Bloon Economy every 6 seconds, starting from the start of the game at 250 per 6 seconds. Different amounts of balloons have different economy values. Moab classes have negative values, and this can really impact how you play your game, what kind of eco to send at certain points, and why you shouldn't always be rushing with Bloon Eco. Because that's valuable money that can't be invested, and if you send Moab classes, you even lose economy, rather than just not gaining economy. In Battle of the Mobile, one big thing about what Bloon Economy is it takes lives mattering to the next level. In those matches, they end at the start of round 38, so when you're going Bloon Eco, lives are essential. I can't stress that more than anything else. If you can't maintain that lives advantage, you might as well not be using Bloon Eco, because you can't rush them really, because you don't have enough money. And farms just have way more money overall, so while they may have a tougher time defending, they have just way more money, they can rush you at the exact same time, and it's just not going to turn out well for you. However, that doesn't mean Eco is not viable. Eco can be viable in certain circumstances, but it requires a very strategic player, a very creative player, and someone who can properly improvise when need be. Eco is not a white and black type of playstyle. I mean, neither are farms, but farms are closer to that than Eco. Eco requires a lot more adapt to different situations throughout the game, and a lot more preparation for those situations. A farm player can just sell farms, meanwhile an eco player can't sell eco. So that's a big difference. You don't have the farm glitch, and overall your cash flow will be much lower. But you also get another tower to defend with. Instead of using farms, which have no balloon popping power whatsoever, you get an extra tower. And this can be used to help you get more eco, be more versatile, or just defend a specific problem round. And that can be very critical to defending specific rushes and defending more rushes overall. You also have the consistent cash flow, and what that is you have your 6 seconds, you always get this amount, and that goes up over time as you send more balloons. But once you stop sending balloons, that is a consistent cash flow that won't go up, it won't go down. You know exactly how much money you're going to have at what point, and you can properly prepare for that. You also won't be having to sell your farms. If a long round comes and you have farms and you get rushed in that round, chances are you're going to have to sell your farms for money. Meanwhile, a Bloon Eco player isn't going to be selling eco, they get more money in those longer rounds, and it's consistent based on the time scale. So the longer the rush is, the more money you get. The shorter rush is, the less money you get. And overall, longer rushes are more expensive. So it gives you more money to defend the more expensive rushes. And also, if you can last past round 30, Bloon Eco just skyrockets in usability and viability then. And if you have that lives advantage, the game is almost in the bag if you have a good eco. And that's one thing people don't really realize, is that once round 30 gets passed, normally your farm economy takes a huge dive, and your Bloon economy takes a huge skyrocket because of how the round timers are, and lag becomes a bigger deal. And that is one really interesting point. Lag helps Bloon Eco. The more laggy a game is, the higher you can get your Bloon Eco because of the way the game is coded. I'm not going to go into specifics on that. I do know for a fact that when the game is slower and it's having lag, you get more Bloon Eco overall. And the last reason for why it can be viable is that the farm player has all the pressure to kill you. You just defend. So you don't have to be worried about rushing. You can focus all your mind and resources into defense, which allows you to be a lot more focused in the game and perform a lot better. Now, I've talked so much about what it is and how it can be viable, but how can a player effectively use Eco? And I do want to point out that Bloon Eco won't work for 99-point-something% of players, because it requires such a specific skill set and a state of mind. It requires a lot of practice, a lot more than farms do. And while farms require practice and they do require lots of skill, Eco requires near perfect play in many scenarios, and you need to be able to do perfect play not only for what you prepared for, but for stuff you haven't prepared for. And that's probably the biggest issue with people using Bloon Eco, is that you need to be able to react properly to these scenarios you've never seen before, and you don't have the versatility that farms do. And that is a huge killer, especially when you face a good rusher. A good rusher can tear apart a not good Bloon Eco player. And if you can be that creative player who can properly adapt to all these situations, that's a lot more power to you. And if you can be a creative player like that and adapt properly, Bloon Eco will be so much more effective to you than someone who's not creative and plays more systematically. Now, being a systematic player is not bad at all, because you can still win plenty of games being systematic. Your playstyle can be more consistent. But for Bloon Eco, systematic doesn't work as well because of the huge Bloon Eco to farm Eco gap. And you just need to be able to compensate for that gap. Now, even though there's a gap, if you can defend everything, you don't need the extra money. So that's a huge thing going for Bloon Eco, is that once you figure out how to defend all the major rushes, you can play so much better with Bloon Eco. And if you can defend everything, the farm Eco can't do anything to you. It's just the fact that you have to be able to maintain those lives and be able to get a good Eco to be able to defend everything, while still being able to know how to defend everything and figure out how to defend everything. It's a lot to talk about, and a lot of it is behind the scenes stuff. And the thing with Bloon Eco, you really have to learn it for yourself. I can talk about it all day, but me talking about Bloon Eco isn't going to teach you Bloon Eco. I can teach you about it, but in the end, you're going to have to put in the hours and hours of practice to be able to get to the point where you can effectively use Bloon Eco. And if you can get to that point, you're probably a pretty damn good player at this game. So, I think that's about it for this episode. Make sure you leave your comments below on what you thought about this, your own opinions on Bloon Eco. I saw a lot of people commenting on the farm episode, and it was just amazing how much people actually wanted to talk about it. So, I'll try and participate in any conversations that happen in these comments sections about Bloon Eco and provide my own insight past what just the video says. I want to be able to go into detail with you guys in these comments. So, hope you all enjoyed, and see you on the next one.
I wanted to try it out, and you can see I defended his all-out Regal Rainbow Rush there.